What's happening, everyone? Welcome to the show. Got a quick one for you today. I'll cover a couple of things. If you saw the title, you probably, I don't know if you've seen the other video, but this is more of a response and reaction to it. I think it'll be pretty interesting. And also talk about PulseChain Tokenomics. If you didn't catch the stream with Neil and Crispy yesterday, it was a great one. Posted a clip about the liquidity providing and management on Twitter as well. I'll have that on the channel coming up in a bit too. But boy, that was a good one. And during that, we talked a little bit about tokenomics. But yeah, I want to get into that first. And yeah, it'll be a quick stream, maybe 25 minutes or so. So if you caught it, congrats. If not, you can watch it later. Shout out to Replay Gang. And it'll be a good time. So let me just pull up the screen real quick and talk about it a little bit. So I don't have anything in particular. Let's see, I'll just put on this for now. And yeah, I'll say out to the chat. What's up, Red Squirrel number 1? How's it going? Crypto Toad 83. Welcome back. What's up, the Mo? Good to see you, man. DJ Hexagon, how's it going? Paul is here. The Muscles has entered the chat. I am pumped already. I didn't do any pull-ups today, however, to take a run. And it was a little bit of vigorous exercise. I'll say that. Vigorous exercise good for you. So inspiring with the 18 pack, or sorry, 69 pack. 369 pack you got going on there. Westside Ian, how's it going? All right, everyone. So I want to do an overview real quick of just the different tokenomics on PulseChain. And when I pull this up, let me just go to Perplexity, because this is something, again, this is one of my favorite sites. I've replaced Google with it for research and all that stuff too. Really cool, perplexity.ai. And you can type in, they actually had the CEO on CNBC the other day talking to him about it. I was like, oh, wow, this thing's actually, people are actually starting to like it. So you could say something like, if you wanted to sort of gather information, I did a little bit of this too, doing some research on different tokenomics, but you could be like, show me examples of tokenomics on PulseChain. I know tokenomics is not a real word. It's not an official word, but it'll search the web. It'll kind of combine it, see what information has and meanings and stuff like that. And it'll come up with some pretty interesting examples too. So it's got here a deflationary mechanism. It talks about PulseChain with the 1559, the fee burning. It's got staking. They got a fixed supply of tokens, and there's all kinds of stuff to go into that. Distribution things, liquidity, different incentives. You got farming tokens, stuff like that. So let's go through it real quick. So as far as, you got, first of all, staking and mining. You got HEX, PulseChain fit in here. You can be a validator. You can stake your PLS to help secure the network, earn fees, all that stuff. HEX, of course, premier yield asset for PulseChain. You can stake HEX, earn more HEX, bigger pays better, longer pays better, all that. There's also, you can mint stable coins from, you got Liquid Loans, Power City, and all the stablecoin minting places, platforms where you can take your Pulse or take your PulseX, mint stables. Again, do your research about liquidations, redemptions, all that stuff too. But just in general, you can mint stablecoins from that, and you can stake those stablecoins and earn other tokens and a whole bunch of different yield stuff going on there. So you got staking, you got mining. In the DeFi sense, you have deflationary coins, like, for example, PulseX. You got the buy and burn, which I'll talk about buy and burn here in a minute, but supply goes down, fixed supply, then token supply goes down. You got, so deflationary versus disinflationary. So disinflationary is when it's not, the supply it basically goes down over time. So for example, ink, you could say that again, there's a bunch of different information floating around on ink. But from what I understand, the supply goes down over time. The release schedule and stuff, I think Earn also has like a release schedule over time and stuff for Power City. But you have disinflationary, which is different. Deflationary is supply goes down over time. Disinflationary is when less of supply comes out over time and it gets reduced. And you could have, that could be very interesting for tokenomics and stuff too. Then you got stuff like, if you've heard of tax tokens, reflection tokens, it's like a dividends from transactions type of model where fees, you can like hold coins and earn fees or otherwise for holding coins. if you try to trade, maybe fees are taken, like a smart contract stuff kicks off, and fees go to holders or other pools or LP or OAs, stuff like that. So those kind of things, there's some people like them, some people don't like them, all kinds of different games to play there. You have like I was talking to Neil yesterday about the hourglass model, I think with P2X, and it's like a modified version, I guess, too, where over time, I forget how, actually, let's ask, get a better explanation for this for tokenomics. So time-bound tokens for mistake assets in DeFi, time lock-up period, liquidity. Let's see. Yeah, I know there's a time allows you to sell the TBDs of these for the buy on secondary market. Thought that was something. Yeah, maybe there's some lockup period or something, and then you can earn more, but then you can't sell at the same time. I forget what it is. Not giving me a super good example on this either, but anyways, there's like certain things like that or modified versions of it. There's some tokenomics, again, regardless if you like these or don't like them or think they're poorly implemented, they could be better implemented, whatever. Just kind of give an overview here of different stuff going on. Then you got farming tokens. Again, ink fits in here. BBC with 9-inch. You heard people talk about risk, monetizing risk type of thing. They can be earned through providing LPs, staking LP tokens. Then you got some of these. Again, there's some overlap. Some have different ones, different mechanics. Burn, famous for that. It goes and buys coins off the market, burns them, reducing supply, buy pressure, all that stuff. That's like the god tier tokenomics you hear some people talking about from time to time. And then with the what I've been talking about recently too with permabull, there's effectively a double buy and burn. I tried to simplify it down to that. I know it's like a compound thing, but where you have you create tokens with minting with PLS, for example, and GIF, and then you mint a new token, and then the PLS in that, or 90% of it goes and buys the PGIF off the market and burns it, reducing supply, and has this like type of like, so the two buy and burn is user buys it, and then when they use the GIF and PLS to mint the other PGIF, the GIF gets burned. So the buy one and burn one, and then the buy and burn with a smart contract initiated one, user initiated one first, smart contract initiated or second, or protocol initiated one takes it, buys off market, burns it, stuff like that. So you have like buy and burn. Now we're seeing like types of like additional types of buy and burns or double buy and burns or otherwise compoundish things. And then you have just PRC20s. You just have meme coins or brand coins, and where people, where the brands give them speculation power. And you can do LP management and all kinds of like different games around that to make it, massage the environment to, hopefully make price go up and sustainable and all this stuff too. So that's just a few different mechanics there. There's tokenomics, there's mechanics, there's like a lot of gray area where they all fit together. But essentially, some are long-term games, or I guess when you're deploying them, you can deploy them as long-term games, short-term games. Some of them have people get in early, get rewarded more. You have the whole fair launch thing. You have the sacrifice, like all these different components that kind of build around it too. Sacrifices versus fair launch versus minting. You have creation models versus inflation models, where the coins inflate, or you can just create them with economic energy. A bunch of different stuff there. So anyways, just want to give you an overview of the different stuff, PulseChain and other places too. But so when you hear people talking about them, you have some sort of idea of, oh, okay, that's like how this type of game works. How did they modify it? Did they make it better or worse for long-term people, short-term people? Who benefits and why and for how long and all this stuff too. So different types of games to play out there. All right, so I went through that. Give me just a moment. Talk to chat real quick, and we'll move on to talk about the collapse of HEX, or lack thereof. All right, Luna Seapoint, welcome. Good to see you, Luna. Armando, how's it going, man? Good to see you as well. All right, no drink today. Nothing. So my voice is kind of, it's going to hold up the best it can. We're gonna do it live. All right. So if you haven't seen, there was a tweet. Somi, let me pull it up real quick. Type in Somi. Comes up his Twitter, and the other link is for Somalia. Interesting. So let me get to the tweet. He tweets a lot. Got to scroll for a minute here. This one? Yeah. Okay, I'll just search. Okay, so there's a couple different ones here. So, okay, that's Kaiser talking about it. Usually I have these things already pulled up. Oh my gosh, did you just talk about the Collapse of HEX? Because the video is called the Collapse of HEX. The updated one. Sorry, it's taking way too long. Somebody responding. Okay. Can't find. Anyways, we're going to go with this. A clip of Kaiser and Somi talking about this video and also talking about the rally after the Collapse of HEX video came out. And if you search for it on YouTube, it came out, a year or so ago. And let's see the exact date. So December 2022. And yeah, of course, that was like the top of the heightened sadness in the bear market. And I think FTX stuff came out. It was just, great time to make these, oh, look, coin down video stuff, right? Great timing for that type of thing. If you made it, you couldn't really make something like that a year before or the year before that. I guess you can make it the year after. But anyways, Collapse of HEX came out. And then the follow-up recently came out, I think yesterday. The Collapse of HEX. And this one was, like 26 minutes. This was 12 minutes, just giving an update. So I went through the video, and first it starts going through like this very emotional, like he cut together like all these really emotional clips of these successful Hexagon stories and onboarding, all this stuff. And then he'll cut them into like this outrage marketing video. And it's just like, it's totally, it's not objective at all. It's like, okay, let me show this guy, clearly a scammer. Look at these people who like him, and he's just over here twerking, that type of thing. By the way, the one he talked about, haters, tears fall right off. Little Bubble did an amazing remix of that. And we actually played it at a meetup once and did another video of the remix, which is pretty amazing. I tweeted it before. It's pretty cool. So anyways, starts off completely painting him as a scammer and all this stuff, which is not, of course. And you might ask that question if you're new here watching this stuff. Hasn't scammed anybody. No proof of anything. It's funny when you ask like who got scammed, nobody shows up and provides any actual proof of being scammed through any of this stuff. Like only thing people are doing is just imagining like how amazing the place around them has been built. And I guess it's and then people are mad about the price down, all that stuff too. But it's not Richard. It's not like Richard scamming people and that type of thing. Totally different thing and a lot of nuanced stuff we talked about a million times. So there's way more videos of people actually talking about their success stories and how they got rich from Hex than how they. I don't think it's actually. There is no video. There is no video where somebody's actually like, look, Richard Hart scammed me. Here's why. Here's what happened. I've not seen a single video like that. And there's been plenty of documentaries, plenty of things to paint him in this light or that light, but it's just there's nothing out there. Like he hasn't did it. Like that's why there's nothing like that. So again, people mad because the price is down, all that stuff too. Price goes up and down all the time with market conditions and stuff happening. And we had the stock split and we got all this stuff. I'm not going to get into it. A lot of reasons in general for crypto and this ecosystem to not be flying to the moon right now. Whether you care about that or whatever is a different story. But anyways, nothing to do with Richard being a scammer. So again, they keep showing Hexagons. I don't want to play the video because I don't know if it'll if I can play it or not, but I'll just keep it right there. Basically shows Hexagons having a good time, like all these like really cool things that are happening in the community, and then just shows the price chart. It's like, oh, look, it kept going down. I was so right. Yeah, we know all the prices down. That doesn't take away from the previous 10,000x or the billions of dollars went into new products and the community building on it, which has put us in really good shape. Again, bootstrapping the brand new blockchain that's almost a year old now, and hopefully we'll have a great May celebration. That's gonna be hopefully in many different verticals. We'll see. So yeah, the price still down, is separate from the product, and we just rallied for a few months. Again, the video is made now. If this video is made in February, for example, kind of hard to point to some of this stuff too. And I'm going to get into some of the pieces. It's like, it's not even, it feels like some, again, you don't do a lot of research where you just kind of like want to confirm what you've already talked about before, already said, or your position or something. It doesn't turn out to be this like clear picture of stuff. So when I'm watching the video, I watched 10 minutes of it. I'm like, this is just someone who wants to talk bad about Richard. Like that's pretty much it. It's not like this really like hard hitting, like, okay, here's all the facts thing. It's just like, okay, let's point out all the stuff, poke fun at this and that when the prices are down and all that too. So again, sure, people are tired waiting for the bull market, start blazing up again, all that stuff. That's not unique to Hex and PulseChain and all that stuff too. You see stuff left and right that are like, oh, that could be better, all that stuff too. So this is where the research could have been more useful though. If they would have went and actually looked at charts or looked at the different pieces of the fun stuff going on, or otherwise, they could see that the stakers, the onboarding, the people coming into the network has just been going up. So yeah, there's dips from time to time, but we have, again, projected end of April or early May, looks like now, 130,000 stakers on PulseChain, and still around 120,000 on Ethereum, getting close there too. The price may be down, but all the other metrics are up and to the right for the most part. So some people say Hex is dead, or oh, it's not a good product, or people are leaving, or yeah, you see stuff on social media, you see this and that, you see people come out with updates to documentaries or whatever, but the numbers on the chart, the blockchain doesn't lie. Like we see, if you look deeper and see what's actually what people are doing instead of what people are saying, we're onboarding people. And why is that? Maybe it's because regardless of the current price, or even more so due to it, the new people come in and are like, wow, I'm so glad I didn't buy it 50 cents, right? Like that kind of thing. Like imagine all the advantages the new people have coming into this product if they believe it's going to go up and do well again and all that. Maybe they just like well-designed products and they know when they see one, and or they've been onboarded, they've been told about it. And yeah, they see Hex as this winning thing. I also didn't talk about the amount of community sites that have been growing. I literally had to make a new like aggregator place. I don't know how many pieces are on here. What is this like? I'm going to estimate 50 sites. Let's see, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. So, 4 times 13 was that 52, somewhere through there. So, okay. Yeah, this is not complete. So 51. So these are different community sites, resources. Not all of them are like, strictly community sites. Some of them are like the Hex white paper and stuff too, but there's been new sites in the past couple of years that popped up that had never existed before. You got different apps and stuff. You got T-share data, you got Hex Scout. I mean, some big things. GoPulse didn't exist before. I mean, that's like the go-to site. Go Real DeFi didn't exist before. And the GoPulse and Go Real DeFi are the 2 sites I use the most. So they didn't talk about that, of course, nor did they talk about how much the liquidity, about the migration of capital, at least you could call, that went into PulseChain. Of course, they didn't pull up the actual Hex on PulseChain chart. They just showed the Ethereum chart. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's down, that kind of thing. They didn't show the new chart, which doesn't look like this big run up and run down. They didn't show that. It looks like a much more, oh, okay, this thing went up and it went down. Doesn't look like this big peak. And again, that'd be amazing to see the glory that could. I mean, jury's not out, right? But it's definitely lost some. The narrative's lost some traction of what it did before with just if EX would have been more supported by dev team and Richard and stuff like that too, instead of treated as a migration. Which you go to hex.com, literally. That's another thing they didn't talk about. Literally, if they would have went to hex.com and seen Hex on PulseChain is official Hex. Migration from Ethereum to PulseChain has saved millions of gas fees. And maybe I should look at the other chart. Maybe I should talk about these things in a way different way. Just the other things are in the document. I think they confuse Hex with PulseChain. They talk about people sacrificing billions of dollars for Hex or otherwise. And then they put in the SEC part, and which we are winning so hard from now. And they set it, and hopefully we'll set up DeFi to be better in general and be better for Coinbase, better for Solana, all the other people and entities and otherwise getting sued by the SEC. They put Somi in the video. That was funny too. Like they put him in there, and as if he's like an RHMax too, of like a really extreme version of this guy's a god, all that stuff. And we know Somi is pretty objective and when he talks about a lot of stuff too, whether you like the topics or not. They did mention the motion to dismiss only in a way. So they mentioned, SEC case, as them being like good at winning this stuff and all that too, which is kind of funny. And then it was like, they go through the motion to dismiss. They pick the fifth one, which is the least, meant to be the least effective one. You listen to Nuclear Herbs and us talk about it before. They put them in order of like the strongest arguments. They cherry picked the fifth one, the fifth argument about freedom of speech, which everyone knows is a long shot. Like, for humanity and for liberty and stuff, it is like the number one value. But as far as the courts buying into it, it was meant to be the fifth one. They picked the fifth one and started like saying, this is just a freedom of speech thing, when they ignored the four other super solid previous arguments. And they suggested he stole millions of dollars from followers. Again, literally zero proof of any of that. Dude's already rich. Why would he steal money from anybody? Again. And there's a whale who holds a lot of supply, which many claim or think is RH, haven't sold or exited. The coins hasn't taken money off the market that we've seen either, or there's no proof of that of any sort. And why would there be? Again, why would you sell your product if that was the case versus all the ETH or all the Bitcoin or whatever? Just doesn't make any sense. Again, it's not supposed to. It's just a hugely biased 12-minute video that didn't really add anything other than pointing at an old price chart or another price chart, not focused on the PulseChain part at all, going down, and the SEC stuff, which was just cherry picked and just didn't tell a good story at all. Not missing a ton of nuance, did not tell the story. And this is the update. Again, this was the update to the videos. So yeah, don't think it's fair at all. Don't think it was objective. Don't think it really told the story of what's happening. And I just wish they did more research into just, it's not even the research part. They pulled up some recent things, but they made it so one-sided that it's not really, again, I don't know how helpful it is for people to see that. It's more of entertainment, I guess, more of like, yeah, I don't know. So if you want a documentary that is pretty fair and balanced, people even say this is too negative, but it is the best one we got, I think. Highest of 6. That is the one. Go watch the Highest of 6 on YouTube. Watch it on streaming platforms, where to watch. This is the one, at least you have a chance, Amazon Prime, you have a chance of understanding, like, okay, what's this guy about? What is the project about? I think that's a really good objective, the most objective thing we have to show people out there. Again, a lot of people said that even that was too negative, but I think it was fair. It was at least fair and highlighted stuff, a lot of stuff that was worth seeing. So yeah, great things require free sacrifice. Make no mistake, RH is sacrificing a lot too for all this stuff and for the community and for himself and otherwise. So we will win. That's definitely the message. That's the rally cry of the community. And yeah, I think we got all we need here. It's pretty good. All right. That's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed it. Chat, I can't tell if now we got to cut this one. Not cut it short because I plan on going for 25 minutes. I went for 26. So anyways, that's all I got for you today. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Scivive and 5555. We are out.